Hi everyone, it's Tico, your friendly neighborhood deacon and interim CTO for Elkton Missionary Church. You're watching this video today because I've gotten the green light from Pastor Reggie to implement a new messaging platform to help us be more effective and more organized with our communication in the church. So, how many times have we as leaders at our church had to repeat something to other leaders because life happened and the other leaders just weren't able to make it to that meeting on Thursday night? A lot, right? Or how about when you're part of a church project that meets weekly on Tuesdays, but you couldn't attend the last meeting because your boss made you work an extra shift that night, and now you feel really behind because you're not sure what the team has accomplished so far. So I've noticed that our church has plenty of leaders and ministries that collaborate with one another on lots of projects, but we don't seem to have one organized, agreed upon way to communicate. Currently, we're using Gmail, Yahoo Mail, text messaging, Facebook, iMessage, Android messaging, Facebook Messenger, and so forth. While this is just fine, what would you do if I told you that there's a better way? There's a better solution. While in school, I discovered a free professional productivity app called the Twist app. And I believe that using the Twist app will make it easier for leaders and ministries in our church to communicate more effectively with one another. So imagine like Facebook Messenger, but more professional and less distracting. First, let me show you how easy it is to sign up and how to access the app. So you just go to twistapp.com, and if you click on login here, allows you to log in using your Google account, which is super awesome. But if you don't have a Gmail account or a Google account, you can actually click this link here, which says don't have an account, sign up, and you can use your preferred email provider if you have a different email other than a Gmail account. But I highly suggest signing up for a Gmail account. It's really easy to use and it's free. So, but I'm going to log in myself with my Gmail account. It's really, really fast and easy, and I have one, so I'm going to click that. And then you'll be redirected to the app itself. So as you can see here, if you look to the, let's see, well actually before I go into the app here, just want to kind of remind you that this web application, so you can access it on a computer, like whether it's a Windows computer or a Mac computer, and you can also install it on your phone or your mobile device, and that works with Android phones or iPhones as well. And to access those, you just go up to the right-hand corner here, click on a picture there, and then you can go down and download the different apps. So like the Mac app, or the Windows app, the iPhone app, or the Android app there. So if we look over at the left side over here of the app, you'll see a bunch of hashtags and a heading called channels. So here are all these hashtags here, and you see the channels heading there. Well, the Twist app uses these channels as a way to categorize conversations and content, sort of like channels on your TV. And as you can see, I've already created some channels that relate to different ministries in our church to organize conversations, which makes things easier to find inside of the app. So if you want to watch sports at your house, you'll tune into the ESPN channel, right? Or if you want to watch a different sports channel, then you have to go to, a different sports channel, really. Yeah, you have to go to Fox Sports Detroit. But there are different channels, and within different channels, you have different TV shows. So let's say, for instance, I'm working with Sue, with Don Foppel, David Foppel, Jeannie Swartzendruber, and Diane Yakeley on the 125th Anniversary Magazine Project, which is looking awesome, by the way. Then I'll click on this channel there, right at the top here. Let me expand this so you can see a little bit better. So I'll click on this right here, because I'm working on that project with them, 125th Anniversary Magazine Project. Then you'll notice in the middle area here that changed, right? So this is where the threads are listed. Threads are the different conversations or content within a single channel. It's just another way of organizing things within a channel to make things easier to find. You can think of threads as, like I said before, different TV shows within the same channel. So for instance, my wife loves watching the ABC network channel at home. So she'll watch like Family Feud, The Bachelorette, Shark Tank, The Good Doctor. I'll watch that one with her. That's a really good show. Anyways, you know what I'm getting at, right? There are lots of TV shows within the same like TV channel, right? So same thing goes for the Twist app. So if we take a look at the Alaska Missions Trip channel, by the way, this little lock right here on the Deacons channel just means that it's a private channel and it contains sensitive information. So if a channel just has like a regular hashtag like this, that means it's a public channel and that that channel has content that all users can see. So anyways, back to the Alaska Missions Trip channel. Here are the threads for that channel, aka the TV shows, right? So we have the rummage sale thread in the Alaska Missions Trip channel. We also have the possible fundraiser ideas thread within that same channel. Let's just say I'm one of the awesome people going to Alaska on the missions trip in July, and I'm looking for any recent updates on how the rummage sale that we just had, how that went. So I'll click on the rummage sale thread, and over here it loads the conversation. And look, there's an update. Some guy named Tico said the rummage sale was a huge success. We raised over $2,000 to help with travel costs and supplies for the kids we'll be serving in Anchorage. Boom. Or actually, what if I have another idea I'd like to add to the list of fundraising ideas in the possible fundraiser ideas thread right here. I'll just click on that thread. It opens up the conversation here on the right side of the app. And then I just click down here, add a comment, and then I can add my idea, which I'll put Pastor Reggie dunk tank in the Elkton Missionary Church parking lot. $10 per 3 throws. See? And then I just hit post, and it adds it to the channel. And everybody who is subscribed to this channel or follows this channel, they'll be able to see that update. And yeah, that's how that works. So here's kind of a recap, right? So why would we want to use the Twist app? Well, Twist borrows a lot of successful features from other types of communication that we're already used to, like text messaging or email, and it integrates them into one application. So for instance, email is great because it's asynchronous, which just means that when someone sends you an email, they're not expecting an immediate reply, right? Instead, with an email, you're expected to answer those on your own time, whenever you can get to them. Just like we saw with the group messages and the channels I showed you earlier, you won't get like that pesky, urgent need to answer right away like you would when you receive a text message on your phone. So, for instance, I've learned not to text or call Pastor Reggie on Monday nights past 4 p.m. Why? Because he's got his game face on at Century Oaks in his men's league golfing on Monday nights, right? But actually the same goes for all of us too. We're all very giving of our talents to the church, but we're also pretty busy with activities and events that are going on in our own lives. So that's why we want to make all church-related communication efficient and meaningful using this app. And like I said before, this app's going to allow us to do that by keeping conversations really, really organized and in one place. So we can all be on the same page on our own time. A great example of how we could have really used this feature recently is with the development of the 125th Anniversary Magazine project, like we talked about earlier. For instance, Sue could be working on the magazine layout on her computer from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., right? And then when she's done, she adds a comment to the 125th Anniversary Magazine project channel indicating where she left off for the day. And then maybe Dave, he gets free around 3 p.m. It's summertime, and he decides that he wants to work on the magazine. But instead of sending a text message to Sue, which might not even get there because of issues with Thumb Cellular's network lately, or instead of sending Sue an email, which she may not see until later that evening, David can easily just go to the 125th Anniversary Magazine Project channel, right? And then she can see where Sue left off because she'd written in there a comment indicating where she left off. So right here, send an email to everyone, but I just want to see how fast this works, so I'm sending it to you this way. I took the page numbers off. I'd forgotten that earlier. So she just said she took the page numbers off. So Dave would then know not to worry about taking the page numbers off because Sue already did it. That's called being on the same page on our own time. It's cool, right? And then next, the Twist app borrows some of the features from like text messaging. And yeah, we talked about text messaging being kind of pesky because it has it gives you that urgent need to respond right away. But the Twist app, it integrates it in a way that allows you to kind of choose your tools, right? So texting is awesome because it's synchronous, which just means that you can expect to get immediate responses to messages that you send out. And like I talked about before with the group messages in the Twist app being asynchronous, meaning you don't need to respond right away. Well, the Twist app also gives you the ability to have synchronous or urgent communication through direct messages. So if you go up here and you click on the Messages tab at the top here, I have a list of direct messages right here. And unlike the channels that we saw earlier, these messages are private. So if I click on this message I have with Dave, it just says, "Hey David, thanks for signing up." So nobody else will see this except for David and I. So not only do you get to keep sensitive information private in a direct message, but you can also expect a more immediate response than you would with group messages like we saw in the channels. A great example of when we utilize this feature in the Twist app could be asking for a nursery volunteer substitute in the schedule. So recently, Ashley Shetler texted me and asked if we could switch our scheduled volunteer days in the nursery. Our August 25th for her and Derek's July 14th. They were going to be out of town, so I agreed and I sent her a text message back right away. Of course, I asked my wife first. What do you guys think I am, a newlywed? Come on. Of course I asked my wife first. Well, today, after the service, I saw Mike and Liz Cole, and they gave me a copy of the nursery volunteer schedule. Well, when I looked at it, I realized that it hadn't been updated to reflect our scheduling switch with the Shetlers from 6 days ago. But then again, how were the Coles supposed to know that Ashley and I arranged for a switch in the schedule? They can't, right? Because information is being swapped in more than one place. And that's where the Twist app comes in handy. Right? Ashley could have posted a comment in the nursery channel. So we go here, we go to the nursery channel. Ashley could have posted, made a thread and called it substitutions, and maybe typed in, can anyone switch days with us for July 14th. And hit post. Just like that. So after, Ashley would post that in the channel, I would have agreed after checking with my wife, of course, and then Mike and Liz could have witnessed that scheduling change themselves right there in the channel. Not to mention they'd also be able to note the change and update the nursery volunteer schedule, whether it's like a Excel spreadsheet or like a Microsoft Word document. They could just update it right there, and then they could just post that document to the channel so that other people would have access to that and also be able to see the update in real time. So, it's awesome because it saves trees, because Mike and Liz don't have to go through the hassle of printing a schedule each time that the schedule is updated, and they don't have to print one for each person that's a volunteer. They just post it straight to this channel and everybody can see it. And then lastly, the Twist app borrows some ideas from social media sites like Facebook or Instagram, which are great because they allow you to share things like pictures and videos and political opinions. All right, let's just stop there so we don't get Pastor Reggie all hyped up on the political opinions part of Facebook. But anyways, the Twist app is sort of like social media because it allows you to share things. And when we're collaborating on projects in the church, we want to share files, right? We might want to share a Microsoft Word document like we talked about earlier with the nursery example. Or let's imagine that when I put in the Alaska Mission Trip channel earlier, when I added that possible fundraiser idea, the Pastor Reggie dunk tank in the EMC parking lot, let's imagine that people didn't know what I was talking about, right? And I wanted to share a picture of what I was talking about so people would get a better idea. Well, all I have to do is just drag and drop a picture into the channel, and that would give them a better idea. So I'll just do that for you here. So I'm just dragging this. See this little picture I have here? I'm just going to drag it, and I'm just going to drop it in the channel just like that. It loads, it uploads. Then I'll click the post button there, and look, it uploads. And that's what a dunk tank is, right? So then people would know what I was talking about. So anyways, my hope is that integrating this new Twist app will make it easier for different leaders and ministries within our church to communicate more effectively with each other and also with less distractions so that we can all be on the same page but on our own time. If that makes sense. So thank you for your time, and I hope you have an awesome day. I'm going to be sending out invites to each of your emails to sign up for the app. Once again, it's free, doesn't cost anything. Only thing it costs is the time to watch this video and see how much it would benefit our church. So thanks again for your time. See you later.